The hard gainer. Now, you know the guy, the girl, but I'm talking about mainly the guys here. The hard gainer, those are the guys that just cannot seem to gain any weight. And it's not really even about the weight. What we're talking about here is their muscular development. And when I talk to these guys, though, it's the skinny guys. And so it's cool though. I mean, you're thin. I mean, at least you're not dealing with a weight issue. But what we talk about is how you're eating. And then this is where it gets into, in my opinion, let's just go with 99% of the time. You're telling me that you're eating all of this food and you're not gaining any weight. I don't believe you whatsoever. There's no way. I could eat you under the table. I guarantee that. I just can't because I'm what's called an easy gainer. I can gain weight no problem. But with you telling me that you're eating all these calories, I don't believe that. And then we always go into the same thing. You're eating the peanut butter. I'm here to tell you now. All right, we're going to talk about it. So 2 tablespoons, which isn't much, but I mean, it's 210 calories, 17 grams of fat, and that's where you're going to be into the whole weight gain thing, and a measly 8 grams of protein. This is cool and everything, but 8 grams of protein, I mean, come on. I know you're eating more than 2 tablespoons, but that's not what we're talking about right now. You've got to take in more protein. I mean, yes, the calorie maintenance mode has to happen where you got to be into a surplus of it. And honestly, you probably need to be into 1,000 calorie surplus mode of it, which means that if you go on to what I talked about in my previous video, the TDEE calculator, which is your total daily energy expenditure, then it means that how many calories you're burning. And so if you look into that calculator, you got to look at it into when you're typing all the stuff in of gaining weight. And it's going to be like 1,000 plus calories that you're going to have to start looking into. But if it's just fats and carbs, then you're going to look soft. You've got to start looking into, and I hate it for you, you got to eat a lot, but you got to look into the protein mode of it. I'm talking about at least what you weigh. You've got to be taking in enough to where you're at 2 grams per pound. So if you're a 150-pound guy, let's just say, then it's going to be 300 grams of protein. And actually, in my opinion, it needs to be a little bit more than that. But you're telling me you're eating all this food? You're not. No. I mean, I get it. Your metabolism is super high. And that's how it goes. But you're not gaining any weight, then you're not eating enough. And I cannot begin to tell you how when I listen to these guys talk to me about how they're eating all this food, I'm like, if I wasn't like on a clean eating regimen where Matthew himself, just because, I try to take in roughly about, between 2,300 calories a day, and then I have my cheat day. But I could easily take in 6,000 calories, no problem whatsoever. And I could be disciplined enough to let that be a lot into the protein calories of it. And I would start gaining some serious clean mass. So when you're not gaining weight, hard gainer, you're not eating enough. Simple as that. There is no way your metabolism's that high that you're not going to be able to gain any weight. And I mean, it just goes to show, it's just like for the easy gainer. If they're trying to go and lose weight and they're never losing any weight, that's because they're lying and that's because they're eating too many calories. So I'm going right back at you, man, or girl. I mean, if you're trying to gain some weight too because you just feel like you're too thin, but I'm talking to the guys mainly here. But if you're not gaining any weight, it's the same way I can call out those that are not losing weight. You're not eating enough. And if it's simply more of you're eating a lot more pasta and a lot more fatty stuff, I mean, yeah, that's going to put some weight on, but that is not muscle building. And you're going to have to eat a lot more of that plain dry, the chicken, the beef, the fish. You're going to have to start eating more of that. And after a while, it's just like, man, I can't do this, man. But you know, if you want to gain that muscular size, then you better start doing it, because that's the only way you're going to gain that muscle mass that you're truly wanting. So don't lie to yourself anymore. Start eating more. And if you're not gaining weight, find that TDEE calculator on Google, the Total Daily Energy Expenditure Calculator, and start tracking your calories, and you're just going to have to be into a surplus. Wellness with Matthew. That's right. I'm going to make your body better.